July 2020 this year. So your journey so far.
Okay, so yeah, I joined on the 1st of July 2021. And at HUL, when we joined the company, it's sort of a training program initially for 1.5 years. And during this entire 18 months, you have short stints. So some stints are for 2 months or 3 months or maybe 1 month. So right now, I have completed two stints. The first one was with the Lifebuoy team. So during that time, I was basically attempting to make soaps and body washes for Lifebuoy for the Indonesian market and bringing down the costs associated with the Lifebuoy chassis, as well as making sure that the way that we are reducing the cost is also sustainable from an ecological perspective. So that was some of the work that I did. And right now, my current stint is with the home care laundry team. So Surf Excel, Wheel, and Rin, all of these three products. I'm working on the adaptation of these products specific to the South Asia cluster, so which comprises of India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bangladesh, all these regions. So basically, working on how we can develop newer formulations which can compete with the other market leaders and all those things. That's the journey till now, and hopefully the remaining stints will also be as good as these.
Okay. Mohan Aditya here. How about your experience?
So I joined Nayara on July 5th, and from them, just like Unilever or any other chemical core companies, we will be having some training period. So at Nayara, the training period is flexible, so there is no particular period that it extend. We can expedite things properly. And just like Saxena said, that there will be stints where we would be working with different departments to know how exactly they work. And in my case, I was already entitled with a project. So I am working currently on a project, and parallelly, I am currently working with the different departments to know how and what are their role they play in my project to understand them. That's it.
Okay. Ankit Bhaiya.
I joined SRF on 2nd August, and first 15 days we had a corporate induction, and after that we gone through training modules of our core engineering. In corporate induction, we gone through how company works, what are the management, and who are the leaders, and we learned different aspects of the company and the management. And the training module sessions, we learned about the basics of our engineering, like whether you believe or not, like what is heat transfer coefficient. We also learned that stuff there. And apart from that, after the training, actually my training is of 1 year. So after the training sessions, I I joined a team, and in that team, I think, I have assigned a project, which is a new project for our company. And in that project, basically, I'm preparing BP, and we are just learning. It's a honeymoon period, you can say. Like
Okay.
everyone sampling us, and everyone says, yeah. And in SRF, we find everyone is very helping, is of very helping nature. You can go to each and everyone and ask doubts. You can even go to CEO. Like there are some instances where you can find yourself in the washroom with the CEO. So it's a very what work culture of SRF is very great in my sense. So I'm enjoying that. Yeah.
Okay. Satyam Bhaiya, you secured a PPO from HUL. So, whatever work you did during your internship period, how different was it? Like what's happening right now in the training period?
Okay, so you mean that how's the work in the internship different from my current work? Um, in my case in particular, it was very, very different because the team in which I was assigned my internship, that was the digital R&D team at Unilever. So digital R&D team at Unilever is a team which is like very separated from the conventional chemical engineering that we are normally used to. So like I wasn't required to do any heat transfer, any mass transfer, any fluids, no chemical knowledge needed at all. My work was primarily focused on like the digital emerging technologies such as data science and all those things. So for example, one of the projects that I did, it was to calculate how much recycled plastic is being used across Unilever packaging in a particular country. For example, my pilot project, it was for Italy. So during that project, I had to calculate like how much basically Unilever has set a target that by 2030 we will make sure that at least 25% of all the plastic that we use that should be recycled, and that we are recycling more plastic than we are using currently. So basically, my work was to compute our progress towards that goal. Another project that was during my internship was to prepare the interface for an internal R&D site that will help R&D people to better navigate to the tools that we use on a day-to-day basis. So for example, you have digital modeling tools or simulation tools. So how we can easily and efficiently integrate those tools in the daily workflows of R&D workers at Unilever. That was one of the projects that I worked on. So in that sense, that internship work was completely different from what I'm doing currently. So right now, my work is more ingrained in the chemical engineering side of things. So for example, I'm optimizing formulations by changing different surfactant levels or different, basically like neutralizers and additives to the soaps, all those things. So like, yeah, more of a blend of a chemical engineering and chemistry right now. In that sense, it was very different.
Okay, भैया. So Aditya Mohan Bhaiya and Ankit Bhaiya, you guys went through the entire placement process, I believe. So could you recount us like your strategy, what all strategy you used, how did you manage your time and your placement experience?
Ankit, you tell, because mine was a little bit hazard one. Ankit's was a very, what to say, it's kind of
Actually,
timetable. He followed the timetable.
timetable. Firstly, you should focus on your what your area of interest. First, you find out like which subject you have to focus. पहले डिटरमाइन करो कि कौन सा तुम सब्जेक्ट तुम इंटरव्यू में बोलने वाले हो, है ना. देन कौन से प्रोजेक्ट तुम उसमें दिखाओगे अपने रेज्यूमे में, कौन से जैसे 40 राइट्स होंगे यहाँ पे, वो उनके रेज्यूमे जा चुके हैं, ठीक है. अब तुम्हारे जो प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं, सबसे पहले तो उन प्रोजेक्ट्स के ना तुम ना नोट्स बना लो, नोट्स बना के भी रख लो, एंड वो काम आते हैं. एंड आई चलो नोट्स कैसे, एक 2 पेज समरी, एक 1 पेज समरी, एक 4 लाइनर. 4 लाइनर अगर तुम्हारा प्रोजेक्ट, अगर तुम्हारा जो इंटरव्यूअर है वो तुमसे पूछेगी ना, ओनली शॉर्ट में एक बार गो थ्रू कर दो रेज्यूमे, देन वो 4 पॉइंट्स में काम आएंगे. तुमने रेज्यूमे में 3 पॉइंट्स मेंशन करेंगे, तुम 4 बोल दो. देन अगर वो तुम्हें डेप्थ में जा रहे हैं, देन वो 2 पेज एंड 1 पेज समरी, वो तुम्हारे बहुत काम आएंगे वहाँ पे लास्ट मोमेंट पे रिवाइज करने के लिए. इंटरव्यू प्रिपरेशन में एक बडी लेकर रखो अपना. जैसे मैं और मोहन, हम बडी थे, प्रिपरेशन बडी. हम कोई टॉपिक लेते थे, देन उस पर हम पढ़ लेते थे, देन फिर हम डिस्कस करते थे. एंड डिस्कस ऐसे करो इन डेप्थ, ये तुम उसको ना इंटरव्यूअर को समझा रहे हो टाइप से. हो गया. चैप्टर वाइज चलो, जैसे मैकैब है, मैकैब में जितने भी इंपॉर्टेंट चैप्टर्स हैं सब पहले से पढ़ लो, उसके नोट्स बना लो. बीके दत्ता से डिस्टिलेशन कर लो. हीट ट्रांसफर के लिए तुम्हें हाँ भावना के नोट्स काफ़ी होते हैं, और डिटेल में जाना तो जा सकते हो, तो मेरे लिए वो काफ़ी थे. देन अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, जो तुम्हारे प्रोजेक्ट्स में आ रहे हैं उससे रिलेटेड जितने भी सब्जेक्ट हैं वो सारे सब्जेक्ट्स पढ़ लेना, टॉपिक्स. फॉर एग्जांपल मेरा जो इंटर्नशिप थी, मेरी इंटर्नशिप थी ह्यूमिडिफिकेशन डिह्यूमिडिफिकेशन प्रोसेस. ह्यूमिडिफिकेशन डिह्यूमिडिफिकेशन जैसे ये वर्ड आता है, देन कूलिंग टावर, तो मैं कूलिंग टावर प्रिपेयर किया हुआ था. मैंने पूरा डिह्यूमिडिफिकेशन अपने मास ट्रांसफर से पढ़ रखा था पूरा. ये कई चीज़ें पूछ लेता हूँ. अगर तुम कोई रिएक्टर डिजाइनिंग कर रहे हो, उसमें कैटलिस्ट है, कैटलिस्ट में तुम्हारा कैटलिस्ट पॉइजनिंग, ये सारी चीज़ें पढ़ लेना है. देन इसमें मतलब हर एक माइनर डिटेल गो थ्रू करना.
Ankit have started preparation right from August, I guess so. Okay. Whereas in my case, it started from mid-September because at the time there was some kind of what to say dilemma of PPO from Reliance. So that was one of the mistake that I and some other people have done. Like we have started revision a little bit late, hoping for PPO. So from there, we started like we initialized what is the strategy. Like first we have to complete all the areas of interest that we have. So likewise, my area of interest is fluid mechanics and heat transfer operations. Not heat transfer, but heat transfer operations. At the same time, if you look at my resume, I have done projects. That is Reliance project, which contains the heat transfer operations part, and one research intern project which contains interfacial fluid mechanics part, and one industrial project which contains entire mass transfer operations. So, apart from fluid mechanics and heat transfer operations, I was entitled to read all the mass transfer equipment. So, likewise, myself, Ankit, and Sparsh, etc., have made a plan. Like we will be following certain important topics, which are for for the case of interviews, you don't need much of the research kind of topics. You need topics which have much more practical exposure because interviewers are people who have vast industrial experience in many of the cases. Of course, there are some cases where they have research experience or coming from the research background, but most of them are from the industrial background. So they don't ask you purely research kind of terms, or let us. They won't ask you, okay, tell me. Suppose if the Reynolds number is in the transition mode, and you have different pipes with a different roughness, then what is the equation that you use? They won't ask like that. They just ask you the practical awareness. They will test you the practical awareness you have. Okay, so they will test your practical knowledge. So based on that, we have filtered out what are the topics in the fluid mechanics, in the heat transfer operations, and in the mass transfer operations. And based on that, we have prepared a strategy, and we gone through. Just like Ankit said, we used to go very in depth regarding these practical issues, like whenever you have a distillation column. So how do you maintain pressure in the distillation column? Okay. So how do you maintain the pressure for the inlet stream as well as the outlet stream? If at all there is any malfunctioning or troubleshooting, what will you do? Will you increase the feed rate, or will you decrease the outlet, or will you increase the reboiler thing? So like this kind of thing. If the temperature increases, what would happen? Like we used to discuss in such a way. These discussions helped us in kind of what to say, getting more practical experience by reading the books and different mainly posts and journals, etc. So we, like Ankit and myself, apart from this Macab BK Datta, we follow LinkedIn more. The only reason we follow LinkedIn is that mainly for the core chemical thing, because there comes many posts in different discussion forums which discuss the practical aspects of each and every academic related query. Let us say, just like I said, if the pressure in the distillation column increases, what do you do? So it's a kind of post in the LinkedIn. So you will be getting the different answers by the different individuals who are already industrial experts. So we used to read that, and we used to correlate with our academics, like what we were taught, and how this particular thing is being implemented, and how is it helpful to the interview. Okay, how to tune to the interview, like that kind of thing we have done. And later, after until November, this kind of thing has happened. We used to read, and at the weekend or like that thing, we used to discuss, etc. This happened until October, and before November and before NSEMS, we went wholly to the projects internship that we have done deeply, like what are the equipment that we have used in the particular internship or in the particular project, what is its significance, etc., and what is the methodology that we have used. And after the NSEMS, we dedicated each day for just revisiting our short notes that we have prepared. I would say short notes was the best thing that we have done. So each day we refer the short notes that we have prepared, and at the end of the November, so we just thought, okay, it's fine, and we just moved on. In December, we didn't. December 1, actually, our interviews were mainly chemical core companies come on day 2. So in the day 1, that is December 1, we didn't prepare anything. We just sat in a relaxed manner, like that, to keep our brain cool. That's it.
Okay, Vaya. So you mentioned that the core companies come on day 2. So, like, approximately how many companies do they come to recruit from core chemical engineer?
It depends on how many members are there in the particular course, because at the start of the placement session, there will be one Google form which will be floated. So based on the entries in the form, so the TPC will get to know how many members are present in the core. So in order to get all the members who show interest in the core to get placed, they will be choosing how many number of companies to call. In our case, I think it's approximately 12 members, I guess, so 10 to 12 members. So in the phase 1, only 3 companies came, 3 companies visited, and the rest of the companies visited in the phase 2.
Okay. So next, like, what is the recruitment procedure that most companies usually follow during the placement season?
Most number of companies, except some like Lamas, etc., they conduct tests. Test contains generally 2 portions. One is the aptitude portion, one is the core technical portion. Mainly are like RT, SRF, or Nayara, Reliance, and any other company like Cipla, etc. If the test procedure is common, aptitude and core technical. However, the criteria based on which the shortlist may be differing from one another. So after getting shortlisted based on the test, the interview goes on, and based on the company, the interview also differs. Like SRF, etc., the interview goes mostly into the design oriented kind of thing. For Cipla, it went like more into the CRE thing, and like that. For RT is kind of a casual thing. It went normally, like it's based on the interviewee interest. And Nayara also, it's same thing. It's based on the interview, like it's based on the student who is sitting for the interview, on his or her interest.
So next, I would like to ask Satyam Bhaiya and Ankit Bhaiya, like, what kind of skills and projects do companies look for while recruiting?
Okay, I think I'll go first. So I'll speak for HUL. I'm not speaking on behalf of any other company because my experiences are frankly very limited in the sense that I only gave one interview in college. That was for HUL. Then I had the internship and then the PPO. So I have not sat for any other company and I don't know about any other company. So for HUL, at least, like, I can say that it's not a very narrow-minded company in the sense that they will not judge you on the basis of in which field your project is. So that means that, like, even if you have a very hardcore research project like pure chemistry or pure biotechnology, or even if you have, let's say, a very new age kind of a project such as machine learning or data science or anything, they will first of all see what you have done in the project and how you have benefited as a student, and how has the research part of it or the outcome of the project changed the world, or maybe like what impact does it have, and also for their relevance for the company, how they can use the knowledge that you have gained from doing that project in the consumer goods sector. So for example, during the internship process, many of the people approach me and say that मेरा इंटरेस्ट ऐसे कोडिंग में है एंड मैंने उसमें प्रोजेक्ट्स रखे हैं AIML में, क्या मैं उसको अप्लाई कर सकता हूँ इधर HUL के उसमें फॉर्म में. तो to them I just say that if the project has any sort of relevance with the consumer goods industry and you have adapted that, let's say, that machine learning model or that framework towards any optimization process which can, let's say, be used in the supply chain process or HUL, or even in the research modeling, anything like that. So then it's like relevant for us. So they will like basically see three things. First of all is what you did in the project, how you benefited from the project, and then finally what impact does this project have on the society or like on the field in general. So in that sense, like your projects can be anything. For my particular example, like I had a research internship prior to my HUL internship at Tamkang University in Taiwan. So that project, it was not related to chemical engineering as such. It was a very pure chemistry kind of a project. In fact, I was interning at the Department of Chemistry in that university. And before that, I had a couple of like exploratory projects you all must be having. So that kind of project I had done in our department only. So I did not have any industrial experience before applying for HUL, only academic research based experiences. If you are like willing to look for a supply chain kind of a role at HUL, then I think it will be more suitable for you if you have some industrial experience where you have got to see how the supply chains are run, how the finished product is like produced from the raw material, what all steps it goes through, who are all the stakeholders involved. So for that field, then maybe industrial experience might be more relevant. But for an R&D thing, I think that any sort of academic or industrial research internship that can be purely sufficient.
अंकित भैया, आप बताइए, मतलब what kind of skills or projects do companies look during placement season? I think Ankit Bhaiya got disconnected.
Yeah. I think. Hello.
हाँ, Ankit Bhaiya?
Yeah.
Yes, you're audible.
Can I switch off my camera? Can I take my camera switch off?
हाँ
Sorry?
हाँ, बोल ले.
हाँ, बोल दीजिए भैया.
कैमरा बंद रखना है, बैंडविड्थ नहीं मिल रही है.
ओके
Sure.
भैया, बोल दीजिए.
ओके. पार्डन मी, क्वेश्चन रिपीट कर सकते हो?
हाँ जी. जब प्लेसमेंट सीजन चल रही होती है तो कंपनीज आती है और रेज्यूमे देखते हैं, तो रेज्यूमे में कौन से ऐसे स्किल्स और प्रोजेक्ट्स मतलब कंपनी फोकस करती है?
आई थिंक रेज्यूमे एंड स्किल्स पे तो इसने सबसे फोकस कर चुका है कि ना क्या इंप्रूव होना चाहिए. मेनली अब मैं ये बता देता हूँ कि ना इंटरव्यू में कैसे होता है कि उसके ऊपर. तो जो भी प्रोजेक्ट किया है ना, उसके अंदर इंटरव्यू देखेगा कि तुमने जो जो वट एवर प्रॉब्लम यू इन योर प्रोजेक्ट, तुमने उसको अप्रोच कैसे किया था. ये बहुत मतलब है ना क्रिटिकल थिंग होती है कि तुम किसी प्रॉब्लम को कैसे अप्रोच कर रहे हो, उसके सोल्यूशन. अगर तुमने कोई प्रोजेक्ट है वो कंप्लीट भी नहीं हुआ है बट तुम उसको ना कंप्लीट करने का कैसे सोच रहे थे, या फिर उसके ना फर्दर तुम आगे भी अगर प्रोजेक्ट को लेके जा रहे हो तो आगे क्या कर सकते थे, उसमें क्या नहीं कर पाए, क्यों नहीं कर पाए, व्हाट वर द कंस्ट्रेंट्स व्हिच होल्ड यू बैक. एंड ये तो ये हो गया. एंड और रेज्यूमे, एक तो प्रोजेक्ट्स में ये देखो कि ना लाइक कोई भी कंपनी है तो कंपनी में है ना, किसी भी कंपनी का पहले प्रोफाइल रिसर्च कर लो. उस प्रोफाइल रिसर्च में ना एक कोर में अगर कोई और 30 राइट जिनके भी इंटर्नशिप नहीं हुई है या भी कोई प्रोजेक्ट चूज कर रहे हो, प्रोजेक्ट आइडिया, तो पहले वो एक ना गोल सेट करो कि उनको ना कौन सी कंपनी में एक फोकस कर लो कि इस कंपनी में जाना है. एक या दो दो 2 to 3 कंपनी, उनके बाद प्रोफाइल सर्च करो, एक कॉमन टॉपिक चूज करो उनके प्रोफाइल से कि हाँ ये इन कंपनी में दिस टाइप ऑफ वर्क हो रहा है एंड दिस टाइप ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी दे आर यूजिंग राइट नाउ. एंड इन टेक्नोलॉजी में वो आगे मूव करेंगे. अगर ये तुम्हें पता चल रहा है वहाँ से साइट से या फिर अदर सोर्सेज से, देन उससे रिलेटेड कोई प्रोजेक्ट टॉपिक उठाओ. दैट विल बी बेनिफिशियल इन योर इंटरव्यू. वो तुम्हें एक एज देगा बाकी सबको. एंड एक इम्पोर्टेंट एक्सपेक्ट, अगर तुम ना कोई एक्सेल के ऊपर भी टॉपिक कर, हम करते हैं मतलब कि ना एनसेस पे एसपेन पे, एसपेन अगर एनसेस से बढ़िया एसपेन पे करो इन इंडस्ट्रीज लाइक इन डिजाइन इंडस्ट्रीज एस्पिन बहुत काम में आता है, एस्पिन प्लस, तो उस पर फोकस करो। देन तो तुम्हारे प्रोजेक्ट में एक्सेल का अच्छा यूज होना चाहिए, क्योंकि हम जो भी डॉक्यूमेंट्स बनाते हैं, अभी हम जो भी काम करते हैं लगता है कि एक्सेल में हम क्या ही कर सकते हैं, लेकिन राइट नाउ हम रियलाइजिंग एट एसआरएफ दैट एक्सेल बहुत काम की चीज़ है। हम मेजॉरिटी वर्क एक्सेल पे करते हैं, देन हम एस्पिन पे करते हैं। तो ये दो सॉफ्टवेयर और अच्छे से कर लो तो तुम्हें एक एज मिलेगा बाकी उसे। अगर तुम कंपनी में भी जाते हो देन ऑल्सो यू फाइंड वेरी गुड फॉर यू एंड बाकी तो सब तुम कवर कर दिया होगा।
किसी भी इंडस्ट्री में जा रहे हो ना, मतलब कोई भी प्रोफाइल हो, एक्सेल सीख लो यार। मतलब मेरे को ऐसा लगता है
एक्सेल
कभी
बहुत
कभी
काम करती है।
दुनिया एक्सेल पे चल रही है, मतलब ऐसा
हाँ,
लगता है।
ये हम सोचे थे कि एक्सेल बहुत वो, हम ये ऐसे लिख देते थे एमएस ऑफिस सॉफ्टवेयर में
हाँ
बस।
मतलब
फिर बाद में
तो
realize होगा,
बेसिक्स
फिर अलग।
बेसिक्स हो सकता है सबको आते हो कि मतलब कैसे सम इज इक्वल टू सम ऑफ दिस कॉलम,
हाँ,
बट
तो
मतलब बहुत
बहुत
सारे ऐसे एडवांस्ड फंक्शंस इसमें होते हैं, जैसे वी लुकअप हो गया या लेफ्ट जॉइन हो गया। बेसिकली मतलब थोड़ा
सर्टिफाइड
जो
कोर्स।
डेटाबेस, हाँ डेटाबेस के कुछ कुछ एलिमेंट्स है जो एक्सेल में भी काम आ जाते हैं, तो वो सबसे बहुत ऐसे सिंपलीफाई हो जाता है। कोर्सेरा पे कोर्सेज है एक्सेल के, एक यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ
राइस यूनिवर्सिटी।
मैक्वारी करके है। राइस यूनिवर्सिटी का भी होगा वैसे, एक ऑस्ट्रेलिया की मैक्वारी यूनिवर्सिटी है, उसका कोर्स है इस पे एक्सेल पे। एंड वो मतलब सीरीज ऑफ कोर्सेज है, राइट फ्रॉम बिगिनर जिसने आज तक कभी एक्सेल के बारे में कुछ ना सुना, स्ट्रेट अप टू लाइक प्रॉपर डेटा साइंस लेवल एक्सेल वाली चीजें। तो वो तुम देख सकते हो। 15 दिन फाइनेंशियल रेट लगता है कोर्सेरा का एप्लीकेशन अप्रूव होने में, सबका हो जाता है। कुछ भी उसमें लिख देना, एप्लीकेशन में बहुत गरीब हूँ, ऐसे खाने को नहीं है, वो सब लिख देना उसमें, बट लेकिन तुम्हें कोर्स मिल जाएगा। और आई थिंक इंस्टीट्यूट आईडी से 1 या 2 कोर्स तो फ्री में भी मिल जाते हैं अपने को कोर्सेरा के।
फाइनेंशियल रेट
तो
लगाओगे, लगाते जाओ।
हाँ, अभी आज डाल दोगे तो 15 दिन बाद तुम्हारे सारे एप्लीकेशन अप्रूव हो जाएंगे कोर्सेरा पे। चलो
100%।
अरे
एंड अपार्ट
ऑब्वियसली
फ्रॉम
ये
दैट
लोग
एक्सेल पे
8 सेमेस्टर में यूज करेगा अच्छे से एक्सेल। 4 कोर्सेस है ना सीए के, बहुत काम आएगा एक्सेल।
एक्सेल पे तुम डिस्क्रिप्शन कॉलम भी डिजाइन कर सकते हो। तुम उनको इंटरव्यू में बता सकते हो कि आई हैव डिजाइन डिस्क्रिप्शन कॉलम ऑन एक्सेल। ये तो एक्सेल
Okay.
पे बता दो, मैटलैब पे डिजाइन कर लो, इजी है ज़्यादा करने में।
Moving on to the next question. This is an interesting one. Does the previous year's GATE score help improve your chances of getting placed?
My answer
I
is
also say no.
straight no.
No, no.
No one
Gate
will
score is
give
very, I think,
any
based
kind
on
of
your
thing to your GATE score. No one will ever consider GATE score because GATE is very easy exam. Okay, and that doesn't need any kind of theoretical understanding, etc. You just need to practice and practice more. Okay, no interviewer will ask you what is your GATE score or anything, because you may get a good GATE score without even knowing what the concept is. Okay, based on our experiences we are saying, because at our time we have one batchmate who used to get consistently in top 5. You will be having many GATE coaching institutes now. Used to get consistently in top 5. He completed all the GATE revision, etc., but he hasn't even shortlisted in any of the company. And while taking the mock interview after phase 1, we ask a normal question: what is the difference between conduction and convection, and how you apply the same thing with in fluid mechanics? Not able to answer. Again, we ask what is the difference between conduction and convection. He just gave the definitions of what is conduction and what is convection, but unable to differentiate. But he's getting good marks in the GATE. So based on that, we deduced that okay, GATE is kind of thing which needs only practice, but not theoretical understanding. And in interview also, no one will ask you what is your GATE score or are you applying for GATE, etc. But they will ask you, are you interested in a government job? So it's a tactical question. If you say yes, you may not be recruited by the company.
Yeah, for government job, for MBA, for research, all this stuff.
Okay. Next question is what do companies look for in a candidate during an interview?
One thing they look is, based on my experience, because I've given approximately 3 interviews. One thing they look for sure is, have you attended PPT well or not? Like, do you know at least something about the company that you are sitting for interview or not? So this is the must and foremost thing that every 40 rate should get. While attending the PPT, you make a short notes regarding what is the company, in which domain it is, and in future what are the projects that the company is willing to do. Okay, so because these are the kind of things where the HR interviews takes place, because they need to know that okay, the student who is applying for the particular position in the company knows about the company well. Okay, suppose if they ask you, oh, okay, so you have attended the PPT, so tell me, how can you be a valuable asset to our company in our further projects? If you don't know what the company is and what the company's further projects are, you can't able to answer the question, and you can get easily rejected. So this is the main thing that I have noticed. You need to know everything about the company that you are going to write.
Like Mohan said, not just from the PPT, but I would suggest that before applying to any company, irrespective of core or SD or any profile, just go through the website once of that company, see the About Us section, our vision section, our value section. That will help you understand what the company is looking for in the candidate. That question that they ask, why should we hire you? Or why do you fit XYZ company is the right fit for you? उसका आंसर और कहीं से नहीं आता, वो उस कंपनी के वेबसाइट से आता है कि हाँ कंपनी को ये इस टाइप के बंदे चाहिए और मैं हूँ उस टाइप का बंदा, तो क्या मैं उसमें फिट हो रहा हूँ? या फिर जो है मेरे पास ये स्किल्स हैं और कंपनी को ये स्किल्स चाहिए अभी या इन फ्यूचर, तो क्या मैं उसके लिए सही कैंडिडेट हूँ? So that all those kinds of questions that can be answered by going through the PPT as Mohan said, or even from the website. Other thing that companies I think look for is okay, you might be a very good person in terms of the technical skills that you have, or you might not be a good person in terms of the technical skills, but how easily can you learn new things and how much of a like a team player and basically a more rounded person you are. Because as you know, like 4 साल में इतना तो सीख गए होगे ITBH में कि इतना तुमने कुछ खास नहीं पढ़ा है कि तुम उससे रियल लाइफ में कुछ भी अच्छा कुछ ऐसा कर पाओ अचीव. So all the things that are required from you in the job, they will again be taught to you during your internship, during your placement job at some point of time. For example, we have this 1.5 years training program, SRF is 1 year. So वो जानते हैं कि मतलब ठीक है अगर तुम्हें थोड़ा टेक्निकल कम भी आता होगा, बट क्या तुम सीख पाओगे अगर हम सिखाएंगे वो चीज, और क्या मतलब तुम्हारे पास वो इंटेलेक्ट लेवल है दैट यू कैन स्टे रेलिवेंट ओवर द नेक्स्ट फ्यू इयर्स. So just try to portray a more human side of you, not just that I know this, and this chapters, and like I can solve any question you throw at me. Those are all necessary, but also like why you should be selected out of the 10 or 20 people that have applied to the company. What separates you from the rest? मतलब maybe you are very good at speaking, or maybe you are a very good team player, but उसके लिए again like you should not be just throwing random words at them that I am a good team player, I'm an intelligent person, I'm a hardworking. Everyone is all those things through like real life examples of where you have shown these skills in the past. So, for example, you might have done an internship, or say you have not done any internship, but college में तुमने कुछ तो किया होगा ना, जैसे मतलब काशी यात्रा ऑर्गेनाइज करवाया, या फिर तुमने टेक्निक्स में किसी टीम में कुछ काम किया, तो उसमें तुमने कैसे टीम वर्क डिस्प्ले किया, या फिर उसमें तुमने कैसे 4 लोगों को लीड करके एक प्रोजेक्ट एग्जीक्यूट किया, या फिर तुम्हारे साथ ऐसा कुछ बीटी हो रही थी कि मतलब लास्ट मोमेंट पे मान लो स्पॉन्सर नहीं आ रहा, या फिर उसकी वजह से फेस्ट का पूरा इवेंट कैंसिल होने वाला था, एंड यू showed some critical thinking at that point that helped you to save the day at that time. So all those things like it makes you very like truthful in the sense that people can verify that okay, this person is the right fit and he will be able to show critical thinking and resilience in times of crisis. तो उस टाइप की थोड़ी चीजें भी like you should tell, because all of us mostly have gone through some of these things during our life, but during that interview time na, we all get very fixated on the fact that are we answering the technical questions right or wrong. मतलब हाँ मुझे ये याद है, ये मैं भूल चुका हूँ, तो मैं क्या करूँगा इसके आगे. वो सब तो करो ही करो, लेकिन like show your personality as well, because they are hiring people, they are not hiring like robots or something, right?
And if you don't have PRs, like no problem, you can just tell your life experiences or any
Yeah.
kind of projects, or which shows teamwork, etc. Okay.
Okay, Bhaiya. So next question is, which one is better, both in terms of resume building and in terms of getting a better understanding of the subject? A research internship or an industrial visit or exposure?
Get both if possible. If
Yeah.
not, then make sure that whatever you have in your resume till now, मतलब किसी के पास अगर research है ऐसे या फिर सिर्फ industrial है, तो make sure that you're able to communicate that how the learnings from this internship will be valuable for me in this company. So, for example, mine was a research internship only, two research, मतलब one research internship and one research project, purely academic, with little to no relevance to the consumer goods industry. So the internship in Taiwan, that was pure chemistry, like very lab scale, small micrograms, that sort of a level of chemistry. And again, like the research project that I did in ITBHU, it was related to polymers. So directly, it did not have any bearing with the FMCG industry. But I had to like communicate that what all learnings I got from these projects that will be of relevance to me in this new FMCG industry, which is the consumer goods industry that I will be stepping into. So, for example, the polymers that I had developed, they were hydrophobic during the project. So, how can those hydrophobic polymers be adapted in terms of the packaging for Unilever products? In fact, this is one of the questions that I was asked during the interview that, okay, you have developed these hydrophobic polymers. How do you see this being important for a company like HUL? So during that time, like I had to rethink all the applications of this project because the applications that I had in mind, they were not related to the like FMCG industry at all. They were more towards the biomedical things or like solar energy, all those kinds of things. But I had to, in that like short 30-second span, you had to think that, okay, like what all properties this project has that can be applied in the consumer good industry. So again, like it does not really matter, I think, for HUL that you are applying with a research internship or an industrial internship. I think for certain companies like Mohan and Ankit might be better able to comment, but which are purely like industrial companies, they might have a little higher preference for industrial internships. Mohan, you might be able to better tell.
So I will be telling regarding the Aarti and Nayara. So in case of Aarti, like my resume is a mixed resume. Like I have one industrial internship that is from KCP, which is purely industrial thing. One research internship from IIT Madras, and one mixed process design internship from Reliance. So the in art it's kind of very simple interview. Like so the interviewer focused first mainly on the after seeing my internships and projects. So he automatically understood that my interest lies more in the fluid mechanics. Okay, so he is when like he directly jumped into the fluid mechanics, but not into the research part. As I said, the practical applications of fluid mechanics. He asked me why Reynolds number is more important in industry. Okay, if at all, if Reynolds number is not there, so what would be the effect, etc. And mostly in terms of industrial point of view, he asked me each and every question. Whereas in the Nayara came, my interview went in a mixed manner, like both the research part, like in the Nayara, I was asked why countercurrent and co-current. What is the basic difference, and why the efficiencies change, and why generally we use countercurrent, etc. We use the temperature profile, etc. They asked me. At the same time, they asked me the industrial aspect of each and everything also. Like Nayara went in a mixed manner, whereas RT went in a purely industrial manner. Of course, they will be starting with the basics, which look like textbook basics and research oriented thing. That is common. But after covering basics, the questions they asked in RT were morely into the industrial part. Whereas in the Nayara, it's mixed one. What because of my resume, they asked all the industrial part, which is related to my industrial project and Reliance project, and all the research kind of part of related to my research internship project. Okay.
Ankit Bhaiya. I think Ankit Bhaiya is having network issues. So before we move on to the final question, I would like to request the audience to kindly provide their feedback on today's session so far. The link to the feedback form shall be circulated in the chat box right now, I think. Meanwhile, the audience can also ask their questions to the panelists right now. They can either unmute themselves or post up the questions in the chat box.
पूछ लो यार कुछ भी अभी
See,
तुम
I
लोग
guess अभी
पूछ
तुम लोगों को कंपनीज आने लग गए हैं और ऑब्वियसली एटलीस्ट 2 या
बहुत
3
क्रिटिकल
टेस्ट
टाइम है
होगा।
ये।
हाँ, ये तो बहुत क्रिटिकल टाइम, मतलब ऑफ कोर्स ऑलरेडी 1 या 2 कंपनी टेस्ट तुम लिख चुके हो। So even though एक सजेशन है इस पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम में, बिकॉज ऑब्वियसली द प्रेशर विल बी मोर इफ एट ऑल योर एनी ऑफ द टेस्ट didn't go well, don't stress yourself. ओके, उससे क्या होगा ना, आगे का जो भी प्रोसीजर होते हैं ना ये प्लेसमेंट का, वो एकदम गड़बड़ हो जाएगा। डोंट स्ट्रेस योरसेल्फ इवन योर टेस्ट didn't go well, okay? And moreover, the test will be very easy, at least as per the aptitude point of view or as per the technical core, except there are some exceptions, but mostly the test will be easy, and shortlist will be as per the like overall score only. There won't be any kind of discrepancies in the shortlist. It will be in ascending order of the descending order of the scores. And for the interview kind of sake, you better prepare, like first prepare what are the HR questions. Like there will be, like TPC will be providing you a small PDF regarding 60 toughest HR questions और 101 toughest HR questions, ऐसे एक PDF होता है, वो तुमको प्रोवाइड करेगा TPC, लाइक हमारा अपने टाइम पे भी प्रोवाइड किया। सो बेस्ड ऑन दोस क्वेश्चंस एंड बेस्ड ऑन द कंपनी, लाइक आई सेड, हम कंपनी के बारे में जानने के बाद we framed the answers to the particular HR questions, okay? And obviously technical questions though it's dependent on you, like what are your projects etc. सो नाउ मतलब अभी तुम लोग उसके ऊपर काम करो, क्योंकि एनसेम्स के बाद तुम लोग को उतना टाइम नहीं मिलेगा कि ठीक है एक पूरा दिन बैठ के इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चंस कैसे हम आंसर करने हैं उसके ऊपर मतलब सोचने के लिए। वो तो एकदम बहुत शॉर्ट डे है ना, बस रिवाइज करना पड़ेगा बस। तो अभी से तुम लोग इंटरव्यूज में कैसे अपन आंसर्स देना है वगैरह वो सब अभी डिसाइड करो। एंड एट इंटरव्यू the most important thing is like which drives your interviews, tell me about yourself. So, इसका आंसर भी अच्छे से फ्रेम कर लेना, tell me about yourself, because it is the answer which gives its kind of starter to the bike. अच्छे से तुम स्टार्ट करोगे ना तो बाइक अच्छे से जाएगा। अगर उसमें कुछ गड़बड़ हो गया ना, ऑब्वियसली बीच में तुम मतलब यू कैन मैनेज बट इट don't go well as planned. Okay.
Mohan, can you please answer this question of Sujit?
Yeah.
Did you have any second thoughts about changing from core to non-core?
Actually, I was in non-core. I was in non-core software development till I was entirely in non-core for till second year. After my third year, like second year summer internship, I got interest in core because of the particular research internship at IIT Madras. And from after fifth semester onwards, I entirely changed it from non-core to like SD profile to core profile. Okay. After the HUL interview, I guess so. After HUL interview, I changed it from entirely HD profile to the core profile, and I started moving with the core. Okay. Like in my case, it happened in a reverse manner. Because code में ऐसे है ना, like let's take example of my particular designation or my particular profession. So I have to use machine learning algorithms. I have to use reinforcement learning in order to optimize the particular process, etc. At the same time, obviously, DA जैसे Excel भी हम लोग सीखना है, क्योंकि we will be dealing with a huge data of pressure, temperature, and different physical parameters of particular equipment. Like बोलते हैं ना, like professors भी बोलते हैं ना कि core is the most difficult part than other things. ये सही है. Once you get into the job, na, you will get to know. Like you have to do all the kind of things, like you have to use SQL. Currently, I'm using SQL, using Tableau for all this refinement, etc. And now I'm starting to take classes of reinforcement learning for the particular purpose of my job. Okay, so ये सब अभी you can implement those in core very well.
Okay, any more questions from the audience? You can unmute yourself and ask, or you can post it in the chat box.
Sudarshan is writing something. Sudarshan, if you are comfortable, you might unmute yourself. Or you can type also, whatever is convenient.
अनम्यूट कर लो.
या बाकी लोग भी जो सोच रहे हो कि अभी मतलब नहीं बाद में पूछेंगे, तो फिर सब लोगों को सेम ही क्वेश्चन होता है, अभी एक साथ पूछ लो, ऐसे फिर 15 लोगों को रिप्लाई करने में
बहुत टफ हो जाता है.
अरे Sudarshan, your question is valid, but in our case also, like my Reliance internship, it was also work from home, and we also did projects mainly on the software basis. So it won't be like any kind of drawback or setback to your. Okay. So mostly the, like if you take SRF or if you take HUL, Satyam's designation or work or Ankit's work or my work, we will be mostly doing the office work only. And in some cases, we'll be going to the plant to check whether the equipment is working fine or not. Okay, so no need to worry about that.
Darshan, the interviewers never expect that you should have a proper plant knowledge.
You're not applying for field operator.
बेसिक नॉलेज होनी चाहिए. तुम में वो ना एक अंदर से ना क्या बोलते हैं, क्यूरियोसिटी होनी चाहिए कि लर्निंग की, और तुम सीख सको. बस वो ये देखेंगे तुम्हारे अंदर. अगर तुम में वो है, देन तुम हो जाओगे.
और वो भी ऐसे बहुत इंटेलिजेंट लोग हैं, मतलब दे नो कि 2 साल से सिर्फ घर में बैठे हैं, उनकी खुद ही कंपनियां नहीं चल पा रही ढंग से घर से बैठे काम करने में, तो तुम लोग का प्रोजेक्ट तो ऐसे बहुत छोटी चीज है उसके सामने. तो मतलब ठीक है, व्हाटएवर यू हैव डन, जस्ट मेक श्योर कि तुम उसको अच्छे से कन्वे कर पा रहे हो कि गिवन द कंस्ट्रेंट्स दैट आई हैड कि आई हैड टू सिट एट होम एंड आई कुड नॉट गो आउट, मैंने उस टाइम को इस तरह से यूटिलाइज किया rather than टीवी सीरीज देख के ऐसे खाली बैठे बैठे. If you are able to convince them that much, then they will be happy कि हाँ तुम अच्छे इंसान हो.
And coming to the softwares also, so you can mention the softwares that you have used. Like basically, you might be using Console or ANSYS, or in some cases Aspen, or any other like Flow 3D, etc. So you can use them because most of the interviewers know that how the particular kind of software works, because they will be using in their companies also. Okay, so no issue with that.
Good evening, Bhaiya. My question is to Mohan Bhaiya. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Bhaiya, like you have said that we can mention our software which we have learned. So I have learned many like ANSYS or COMSOL and the Star CCM softwares. Which
Star CCM.
Yeah, so that maybe any questions related with these softwares in the interview, whether the interviewer can.
अरे सॉफ्टवेयर के बारे में क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछेगा.
Like how you implemented
you
this
applied
thing.
that they will ask that question.
मतलब see what happens here is, कुछ लोग ऐसे होते हैं ना कि वो लोग प्रोजेक्ट नहीं करते, बस कहीं और से उतार के ऐसे रिज्यूम में डाल देना. तो उसको कैसे टैकल करना इंटरव्यू वाज हाउ डिड यू प्रोसीड विथ योर प्रोजेक्ट. अगर तुम सही में स्टार सिस्टम यूज किया, then you know the procedure of how did you what to say extract the model, etc.,
and how did you implement the prism layer, etc. ये सारे चीजें होते हैं ना. So the answer you gives assurity that ठीक है ये जो बंदा है वो प्रोजेक्ट किया सही से. Like that they won't ask you like स्टार CCM में तुम कौन सा मतलब क्या बोलते हैं अरे उसका mesh, हाँ किस टाइप ऑफ mesh यूज कर रहे हो,
ग्रिड साइज कितना लिया,
हाँ ग्रिड साइज कितना है, और तेरा कन्वर्जेंस का किस पे डिपेंड कर रहा है. मतलब दे वोंट आस्क यू रिगार्डिंग द सॉफ्टवेयर, दे विल
बट दे माइट आस्क यू दैट व्हाट आर द फिजिकल पैरामीटर्स जो वेरी कर रहे तुम
to check if you really had done that particular project or not, या फिर तुम कहीं और से उठा के ऐसे लिख लिया.
रिजल्ट कहां से वैलिडेट कर रहे हो, वेरीफाई कहां से कर रहे हो, व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन वेरिफिकेशन एंड वैलिडेशन.
Like we are for fluidized bed, I have used different models. Like there are many models in ANSYS Fluent. So whether they will go in deep of any of the models, like why you have used this model and what are the differences you observed with this model and that. There many models are there in fluidized bed simulation. So whether they can go with that.
वो only one company can go like that. That is TRDDC, I guess, or Tata Projects. Okay, only that company can go in depth in the particular software, but none of the other companies will go into the software.
It also depends a lot कि उस दिन तुम्हारी किस्मत और इंटरव्यूअर कौन है.
हाँ,
अगर कोई ऐसे खतरनाक IIT कानपुर केमिकल टाइप का बंदा आ गया इंटरव्यू लेने तो वो घुस जाएगा कि हाँ बताओ ये वाला क्यों लिया था, वो क्यों नहीं लिया
इसका
था.
प्रॉबिलिटी बहुत
मेरा
कम है.
आईआईटी रुड़की वाले ने लिया था.
हाँ.
देखो सॉफ्टवेयर के इतना डेप्थ में पूछने का प्रॉबिलिटी बहुत कम है, unless it is any kind Tata Projects or TCS kind of thing. TCS में तो सॉफ्टवेयर के बारे में और the mathematics that you have used and what are the hypotheses that led to the particular kind of mathematics etc. it will be asked. मैं बोला ना कि exceptions है कुछ companies में which will move only towards the research part. Tata Projects and TRDTC is one of the company which moves entirely on the research part. Like what is the optimization technique you have used? Let us say if you have any project related to CFD, so what is your strategy of finding the pressure at each and every node? Okay, which kind of like method you have used? What is the sampling time? And what is the sampling distance that you have considered? Like what is the grid size that you have considered? Everything will be asked, irrelevant to software. Okay, अगर तू चाहे तो console use करो, ये जो भी use करो, first they will test you the console knowledge, and after testing the console knowledge they will test your analytical knowledge. Like if at all my grid size is this much, so what would happen? So what is the truncation error that I would get? Okay, what is the order of the truncation error that I would get? So ऐसे questions पूछ सकते हैं सिर्फ Tata Projects या TCS वाले, because the particular designation that they are hiring for is morely research oriented thing, research scientist position. So they might be asking, but none of the other companies will ask this much in depth one.
Okay. बाकी लोग जो सुन रहे हो जिन्होंने ये सब नहीं यूज किया, ऐसे मतलब सेम ना जाना, मतलब मैंने भी ये स्टार CCM वगैरह कभी नहीं यूज किया.
मैंने भी नहीं किया.
नाम मैंने स्टार CCM पहली बार सुना आज. ठीक है, तो अभी ये सुनने के बाद ऐसे नहीं बैठ जाना कि चलो 4 सॉफ्टवेयर सीख कर जाऊंगा मैं. अगर तुमने लिख दिया गलती से कि तुमने मतलब अभी मान लो तुमने 3 दिन पढ़ा उसके बारे में थोड़ा थोड़ा तुमने CV में लिख दिया, और उसके बाद अगर इंटरव्यूअर ने पूछ लिया और तुम्हें नहीं आता वो, तो दैट विल बी अ वर्स इंप्रेशन कंपेयर टू अगर तुमने लिखा ही नहीं है और तुमने उससे कभी कुछ किया ही नहीं है. मतलब लिख के झूठ ना बोलना कि हाँ मैंने अगर बेसिक एकदम कोर्स कर लिया कि मुझे इंटरफेस समझ में आ गया कि यहाँ क्लिक करने से मॉडलिंग हो जाती है, दैट इज नॉट नॉलेज ऑफ दैट सॉफ्टवेयर. मेक श्योर कि जो तुम लिख रहे हो ना उसमें वो सही चीज लिखना. और अभी ऐसे डर के कि मतलब अगर इस बंदे को 4 सॉफ्टवेयर आता है तो मैं भी 4 सॉफ्टवेयर सीख के जाऊंगा, मतलब ठीक है अगर तुम उसको यूज कर पा रहे हो, अच्छा प्रोजेक्ट कर पा रहे हो तो लिखो, बिल्कुल लिखो. इट्स ऑब्वियसली अ वेरी गुड स्किल टू हैव, बट लाइक डोंट गेट बॉग डाउन कि मतलब मेरे को सीख के जाना इसके बिना मेरी जॉब नहीं लगेगी, ऐसा कुछ. मेन अगर तुम्हारे पास हाँ टाइम कंस्ट्रेंट है तुम लोगों के पास, तो जो मेन चीजें जो आएंगी ही आएंगी इंटरव्यू में, जो तुम्हारे कोर सब्जेक्ट्स हैं उनको पढ़ लो अच्छे से. मोस्ट प्रॉब्ली सबका हो जाएगा उसी के थ्रू.
भैया, I have last question. Like I have taken a summer project for the CFD simulation only for membrane separation, but I faced some difficulty in the project in between. But before that, I mentioned that in resume that I have done this project and it's ongoing. But I am facing currently the coding part, like we have to code the UDF code or the memory separation.
मेरा सिंपल
And
केस
ANSYS में है ना तुम अभी
yeah,
कर रहे हो?
yeah, भैया. And that I'm facing problem. So whether it will put any impact on the interviewer that he is not able to complete the project. I am trying to learn the code, but I am getting with so much difficulty in that.
अरे नहीं, मतलब
नहीं
इवन
होता
अंकित वही बताया ना कि they will test your the kind of approach but not the result.
अप्रोच क्या ले रहे हो और तुम्हें पता है ना कि तुम डिफिकल्टी क्या फेस कर रहे हो. अगर तुम्हें पता है डिफिकल्टी क्या फेस कर रहे हो, तुम उसको कन्वे कर पा रहे हो वहाँ पे कि हाँ ये डिफिकल्टी आ रही है, क्यों आ रही है वो बता पा रहे हो और उसका सोल्यूशन क्या हो सकता है वो बता दो, देन इट्स फाइन, तुम हो जाएगा.
So it won't be a kind of drawback if you are facing difficulty and if you are not unable to complete the project. Because
At industry level we also face this kind of
हम भी फेस करते हैं इधर, मतलब इंडस्ट्री पे भी हम फेस करते हैं. कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स होते हैं जिसको सॉल्व करना बहुत मुश्किल है, ठीक है, और हमको पता भी नहीं चल रहा है चलेगा कभी कभी कि प्रॉब्लम एग्जैक्टली क्या है. मतलब आउटपुट नहीं मिल रहा है लेकिन वो उसके जो अंडरलाइंग प्रॉब्लम कभी हम नोटिस करते, कभी पता भी नहीं चलेगा हमको भी. ओके, सो इट्स
what matters is your approach.
हाँ, अप्रोच कैसे करें बस वही है. एंड ANSYS ज़्यादातर अंकित यूज़ किया, मैं स्टार CCM और कॉमसोल, मैथमेटिका मैटलैब. सो ये UDF इसके बारे में पूरा अंकित को अच्छे से पता है.
तो किसी और को कुछ पूछना है तो अभी पूछ लीजिए.
देखो इंटरव्यू के बारे में या फिर जो नवंबर में हम लोग कैसे प्रिपेयर किए, एनी काइंड ऑफ सजेशंस, एनीथिंग, कोई डाउट है तो अभी पूछ लो क्योंकि हम लोग के इसके बाद टाइम नहीं मिलती ज़्यादा.
एक HR क्वेश्चन ये प्रेप कर लेना कि ना how will chemical engineers contribute towards the nation growth.
How do we
contribute to Indian economy or industrial growth?
बता भी दे आंसर, मेरे से नहीं पूछा.
बता भी नहीं, वो तो ऑब्वियस है. अगर केमिकल इंजीनियरिंग नहीं है, that is okay, मैं तो पेट्रोकेमिकल और पेट्रोलियम साइड ना, my answer will be more into this kind of thing. If at all you don't have any kind of crude oil, you will not be having any kind of medical industry. Okay, because if you see all the surgical equipment, it is made of all the plastics which are sterile. So for the production of that thing, you need crude oil. Okay, or any kind of transportation.
अगर मैं
any kind of
एक्सपीरियंस
thing.
शेयर करूँ ना, ये क्वेश्चन मेरे इंटरव्यू में ऐसा आया था कि मुझसे पहले जो इंटरव्यू देने गया था वो बंदा मतलब है ना बोला था कि ना मैं केमिकल इंजीनियर इसलिए लिया था मुझे नेशन ग्रोथ में वो करना है कंट्रीब्यूट. देन HR ये लाइन पिक कर ली एंड जब मेरा टर्न आया उसने वो क्वेश्चन मुझसे पूछ लिया.
मोहन ने जो आंसर बता दिया सब 10 के 10 यही बोलकर आना, इंटरव्यू में मजा आ जाएगा. उसके बाद फिर कंपनी ब्लैकलिस्ट करेगी पूरे कॉलेज को.
देखो ऐसा नहीं है कि ये देखो, if you see your surroundings even at your home, most of the products are either plastics or textiles which are need to be processed. So chemical engineering or particular science etc. is one thing which is more working upon how to convert a raw material to a end product in a more economical way. It can be anything. It can be any polymer, it can be any plastic, or it can be any normal crude or any kind of chemical. Of course, if you don't have any chemicals, you can't produce anything. Right from the laptops, any kind of thing. So I would say chemical engineering. अरे क्या ही बोलूं मैं, क्या ही, आप तो पूरा केमिकल इंजीनियर से हूँ, इसके ऊपर मैं क्या ही बोलूँगा.
ठीक है, बाकी बच्चों को भी सोचने दे, वरना तू ही सब बता देगा, सब वही बोल के आ जाएंगे.
हाँ, इनके आंसर ज्यादा पहले.
एक HR क्वेश्चन है जो काफ़ी कंपनीज में यूजली रहता है कि तुम्हारे CPI अच्छे हैं, तुम अच्छे प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं तुम्हारे पास, हायर स्टडीज़ के लिए जा सकते हो, फॉरेन जा सकते हो, तुम और डिग्री अच्छा ले सकते हो, PhD, तो तुम मेरे कंपनी में क्यों आना चाहते हो. इस टाइप के क्वेश्चन को एक्सेप्ट क्या करते हैं, व्हाट टाइप ऑफ आंसर.
एक मिनट, आंसर मत करना कोई भी.
तुम क्या आंसर करना चाहोगे पहले ये बताओ।
हाँ भैया।
हाँ मतलब Ankit is asking what would be your answer, Suraj?
Okay, so I have done. I want to do whatever I have learned. I want to use them in practical way. So that thing I can achieve only when I will start working in any of the industries like yours. So that I will go with this only. Like this, in my opinion.
ये मेरा वे ऑफ आंसरिंग है।
हो गया
Same,
यार तू भाई
बस
सिलेक्टेड।
मेरा आंसर भी
जो
सेम
आंसर पता है तो फिर क्वेश्चन क्यों पूछना है।
हाँ मैं
Select
सेम
No, I
एग्जैक्ट
was
आंसर है मेरा।
thinking.
अरे
I was
देखो
thinking that what they want to
In-
accept, what type of answer.
हाँ यही चाहते हैं।
HR क्वेश्चन में राइट एंड रॉन्ग तो बहुत कम होता है।
बस
अनलेस तुम
मेरा
यही बोल दो कि हाँ मैं आपसे 3 महीने से नहीं 3 साल पैसे कमा के फिर इकट्ठा करके बाहर यूएस जाऊंगा पढ़ने, दैट विल बी अ बिट टू मच, बट
वो तो
बाकी हाँ बाकी तुम्हें ले लेंगे, वो ऐसा कुछ परेशान नहीं करेंगे।
the underlying reason for asking this question is how well are you responding to the particular kind of question. अगर if you're saying very in a doubted manner, obviously उनको पता चल जाए कि अच्छा ये बंदा जो है ये थोड़ा डाउटली बोल रहे हैं, इसका उतने ज़्यादा कॉन्फिडेंस है।
अगेन अप्रोच कम्स।
हाँ, your diction and your body language defines all your HR answers. Okay.
पूरे इंटरव्यू में अगर तुम ग्रिल हो रहे हो तब भी तुम्हारे है ना फेस पे स्माइल होनी चाहिए। कीप इट इन योर माइंड।
अब वो 60 toughest question HR questions वाला देख लेना, बहुत काम आया तो मेरे पास वो लिंक होने चाहिए।
एनी अदर क्वेश्चन?
Yeah, like in Tata projects, they have asked for single interview, whatever the technical domain aspect, and after that some aptitude type of interview will be there. So in aptitude, what type of questions they will ask to check your aptitude?
अरे मैं उतना आगे तक नहीं गया, मतलब स्टार्टअप प्रोजेक्ट्स केम एट डे 4 एंड डे 5 आई गेस पार्ट है, तो हम लोग तो डे 4 तक हो गया। सो none of my friends attended that interview. Mostly Tata projects will be focusing, or TRDDC will be focusing more on MTech rather than BTech. Okay, so I don't have that much information like how the interview went, etc.
अभिजीत है क्या और कुछ अभी क्वेश्चंस वगैरह?
एक मिनट
नहीं,
में
नहीं
चार
भैया।
में होते। ये जो लिंक है ना 64 HR question, it will be useful for you little bit, like what kind of questions that you can expect and what would be the reason why HRs will ask that particular question and how you can answer them, like what would be the strategy of your answer, etc.
वन एक टिप भी कि किसी भी कंपनी में जैसे होता है कि ना क्वेश्चंस प्रेप करके लेके आने होते हैं पूछने के लिए, तो एटलीस्ट 2 to 3 क्वेश्चंस, एक क्वेश्चन लेके मत चले जाना, फंस जाओगे।
They will ask you, so at the end of the interview they will ask you, okay, do you want to ask any questions.
मेरे केस
ऐसे
में क्या
मत
हुआ था
बोलना
HR
कि
इंटरव्यू में,
हाँ वो
स्टार्टिंग में पूछा मुझसे, पहले सबसे पहले ये पूछा इफ देयर इज एनी क्वेश्चन यू वुड लाइक टू आस्क देन आस्क, देन फिर लास्ट में पूछा। अगर मैं सिर्फ एक ही लेके जाता तो मैं फंस जाता। तो एटलीस्ट 2 to 3 प्रेप करो
2 to 3 और
फॉर HR एंड
को
2 to
अच्छे
3 फॉर
वाला।
टेक्निकल फॉर ईच कंपनी।
So I think there aren't any more questions. So
हेलो भैया।
अच्छा
अच्छा
Okay.
हाँ राजेश, हाँ या राजेश।
हेलो भैया, अगर किसी ने रिसर्च पेपर पब्लिश किया है एंड उसे वो रेज्यूम में मेंशन भी किया है, तो एक पॉजिटिव साइड है या नेगेटिव साइड है रेज्यूम शॉर्ट लिस्टिंग के टाइम पे एंड इंटरव्यू के टाइम पे भी?
इट डिपेंड्स ऑन इंटरव्यू
प्रोफाइल
सेटिंग
पे
हाउ यू आर रिप्रेजेंटिंग योरसेल्फ एट द टाइम ऑफ इंटरव्यू। अगर तुम उसको बिल्कुल रिसर्च ओरिएंटेड रिप्रेजेंट करोगे और कंपनी डिजाइन ओरिएंटेड है, देन इट विल बी ऑन नेगेटिव साइड। सो अगेन अप्रोच कि तुम कैसे जा रहे हो।
मतलब how you are what to say displaying your project or your research paper based on the
मेरे
particular
केस में मैंने
profile that you are applying. अगर मान लो you have used a resume which contains your research paper etc. and every project is research oriented, but the profile that you are applying is design oriented. And let us say there for competition with you, there is another candidate who has some projects which are little bit design oriented. So obviously, अगर मान लो दोनों के इंटरव्यू अच्छा गया, फिर भी the interview will be little bit towards the candidate who has this design related project rather than the research oriented project. So it's based on the profile that you are applying and how you are displaying your research paper. Are you displaying in terms of purely in research terms, or is it kind of industrial research oriented? बिकॉज देखो दो तरीके के रिसर्चर्स होते हैं,
भैया
एकेडमिक रिसर्च होते हैं और एक इंडस्ट्रियल रिसर्च होते हैं.
हेलो भैया,
हाँ
जो पब्लिश्ड पेपर है वो इंडस्ट्रियल ओरिएंटेड रिसर्च पेपर है, तो
देन अगेन प्रोफाइल, अगर डिजाइन प्रोफाइल है, अंकित का डिजाइन प्रोफाइल है, मेरा डिप्यूटी मैनेजर प्रोफाइल है ना, मेरे प्रोफाइल में इतना ज़रा फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. ओके अगर R&D है जैसे सत्यम का, इट मे हेल्प, लाइक सत्यम का तो R&D प्रोफाइल है, लेट अस से एनी अदर कंपनी का R&D प्रोफाइल में आया तो ऑब्वियसली वो इंडस्ट्रियल रिसर्च है, देन इट विल बी हाई पॉजिटिव फॉर यू, क्योंकि तुमने इंडस्ट्रियल रिसर्च में ऑलरेडी एक पेपर प्रोड्यूस कर दिया, मतलब पब्लिश कर दिया, so it will be high positive and you will be higher than any other candidates while consideration. समझे?
ओके भैया, थैंक यू भैया.
अमितेश की रिसर्च इंटर्न थी एंड ही इज इन एसआरएफ.
कोई और क्वेश्चंस पूछना चाहते हैं क्या?
देखो हाँ, ये
अमन
अमितेश
भैया
के बारे में बताया ना, एक मिनट, अमितेश के बारे में बताया ना. सी अमितेश हैज रिसर्च प्रोजेक्ट्स बट ही प्रेजेंटेड इन टर्म्स ऑफ इंडस्ट्रियल मैनर. समझे? मतलब प्रोजेक्ट्स तो रिसर्च ओरिएंटेड है, बट द वे ही presented to the interviewers is more likely that the interviewers are convinced that they are the projects are kind of industrial oriented. So the way how you present also matters a lot. और कोई पूछ रहे हैं बेटा?
भैया, whether this Naira will hire this year or not, because SRF is not hiring this year from IIT BHU.
अरे Naira, I can't say because I don't like talent acquisition department अलग है. It will be based on the headquarters. So currently I don't know exactly.
ये सब है ना CHRs के हेड में होता है.
HRs के, क्योंकि हमको इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं मिलता कि वैकेंसीज कितना है एक्सेट्रा. मतलब इंट्रा डिपार्टमेंटल हमको पता चलेगा, लेकिन फ्रेशर्स के लिए कितने वैकेंसीज है वो हमको नहीं पता चलेगा. इट विल बी एंटायरली बेस्ड ऑन HRs and based on the CEO's office etc. Talent acquisition basically आ सकती है, it may come hopefully, but I can't give you guarantee regarding Naira.
Any more questions?
एक बात है, if you are into the core, I based on our result or our seniors result or our super seniors result, 100% placement will be there in core. If you are really prepared for a placement rather than for the gate etc. Gate के लिए prepare किया, then I can't say I shoot your placement. But if you prepare for placements, then you will get definitely placed. ये तो मैं लिख के दे देता हूँ, क्योंकि सुपर सीनियर्स के केस में भी ऐसे हुआ, सीनियर्स के केस में भी ऐसे हुआ और हमारे केस में भी ऐसे हुआ. Those who have prepared really well for the placements in part of you, they all got placed. Okay.
अगर प्लेसमेंट के लिए प्रेप कर रहे हो, गेट में स्कोर अच्छा आता है.
हाँ, obviously.
No doubt.
गेट के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहे हो, then I can't say vice versa will happen. कि we have seen the consequences अब अपने बैचमेट्स का, इसलिए मैं ऐसे बोल रहा हूँ. Any other, or we shall wind up the session?
बताओ भाई,
Hello.
दिवाली है.
Hello, बोलो.
Bhaiya, if any of
Office
you
manager.
want to give more mock interview, then you can also now.
नहीं भाई, क्या मॉक इंटरव्यू लेने बैठे क्या?
नहीं, मॉक इंटरव्यू सब नहीं हो पाएगा, उनका भी टाइम वेस्ट हो जाएगा.
जी.
टाइम वेस्ट की बात नहीं, हम लोग को इतना आता भी नहीं है कि अभी इंटरव्यू ले ले, अभी सीखना शुरू किया है हम लोग. ठीक है,
हाँ, फ्रेंड्स
एक ही साल बड़ा तुमसे.
So, well, today's session was very informative, and I would like to thank Ankit Bhaiya, Mohan Aditya Bhaiya, and Satyam Bhaiya for giving us their precious time, especially considering that this is a weekend and we are having India versus New Zealand just after this. So, before we end the session, I would like to say that those whoever were not able to attend this session need not worry, because we shall be uploading this the recording of today's session on YouTube. So it shall be helpful for students who in future will also go through this rigorous placement procedure. So once again, thank you Ankit Bhaiya, Satyam Bhaiya, and Mohan Aditya Bhaiya.
Thanks Abhijit.
Okay, all the best. Placements
All the best for the
Thanks भैया. Thanks.
मचा देना.
फिर देना.
ठीक है, okay, bye.
Bye.